On the screen is some of the information that we broadcasted 24 hours ago. Hurricane Dorian. Tropical storm force winds. Extremely dangerous Hurricane Dorian closing in on the northwestern Bahamas and life-threatening storm surge, hurricane force winds, heavy rainfall expected over the northwesternmost Bahamas. Currently located 26.3 degrees north, 75.6 degrees west. It's about 95 miles or 150 kilometres east of Great Abaco Island, about 280 miles or 450 kilometres east of West Palm Beach, Florida. Maximum sustained winds 150 miles per hour, gusting 240 kilometres an hour. Present movement is west at 8 miles per hour. And minimum central pressure is 934. There's been quite a bit of discussion about whether the National Hurricane Centre should have updated to Category 5 on the Saffir-Simpson hurricane scale. Repeating, a hurricane warning is in effect for northwestern Bahamas, excluding Andros Island. Hurricane watch is in effect for Andros Island. Tropical storm watch is now in place for the Deerfield Beach to Sebastian Inlet. And coming up is some of the information that we transmitted during our 6-hour event earlier today. And what does one say about the eye? Data from both Air Force and NOAA Hurricane Hunter aircraft indicated that Dorian remains a very powerful hurricane. The satellite presentation is still quite impressive with a very stable, well-defined eye. There has been no evidence of concentric eye walls in aircraft or microwave data, which is somewhat surprising given that the intensity has been a Cat 4 strength, that is Cat 5 on the AU scale, for the last 24 hours. Both aircraft measured peak flight level winds that supported an initial intensity of 130 knots. However, there have been some higher service winds estimated from the SFMR, but these data are questionable based on our experience of very high SFMR measured wind speeds in recent strong hurricanes that didn't match standard flight level winds. Dorian is forecast to continue moving over very warm waters and into a low shear environment during the next 12 to 24 hours. Some additional strengthening is possible. Difficult to predict. Eye wall cycles, however, are likely to begin at some point within the next day or so and could cause fluctuations in intensity. After 72 hours, increasing southerly shear is likely to produce gradual weakening, but Dorian is forecast to remain a dangerous hurricane through the forecast period. We are providing continuous coverage of the hurricane, and at present Force 13 overnight is on their automated service. Live broadcasting is to continue probably around 7 AM Australian Eastern Standard Time. And on the screen is a look at a webcam down there at Point Danger, and various webcams are operated by a New South Wales government department. Now we have a look at what is taking a place over here in Australia. Severe weather warning is in place for damaging winds and damaging surf for the southwest, south coastal, great southern parts of the lower west and southeast coastal districts, WA. A strong cold front will move over southern parts of the state before weakening tonight. On the screen is a look at the area under the advisory. A strong cold front moving east over the southwest of the state, currently lying near Bunbury to Denmark and expected near Perth to Hopeton in around 1700 hours. The front will weaken during tonight, as mentioned, as it moves further east along the south coast. Showers and isolated thunderstorms associated with the passage of the front may produce damaging gusts averaging 60 to 70 kilometres an hour, with peak gusts in excess of 100 kilometres per hour, which could result in damage to homes and property. And as mentioned, conditions should ease during tonight. Damaging surf conditions likely, which could cause significant beach erosion between Cape Naturaliste, apology for the pronouncing on that one, and Albany. Locations which may be affected include Albury, Bunbury, Busselton, Esperance, Katanning, Mandurah, Manjinup, the Margaret River, Mount Barker and Narrogin. And this is typical weather for this time of the year, but winds may cause damage to property and make road conditions hazardous. And does the Bureau have a marine wind warning in place? The gale warning: Perth local waters, the Lassisland, Perth, Bunbury Geography, Leeuwin, Albany and Esperance Coast. Strong wind warning: Melville waters, the Geraldton and the Kuta Coast. And the Bureau for Monday, Leeuwin and Albany Coast gale wind warning. Now we have a look at the GFS and wind probability model, and what we look at is the wind activity at the 850 millibar level. The Bureau of Meteorology does have in place a couple of other wind warnings. However, the one stated earlier has now been cancelled by the Bureau. And again, look at that area south of WA, down there in the Great Southern Ocean region. And finally, in this update, a look at the total forecast of rain across the forecast period. Bureau Meteorology, and again it's the west coast of Tasmania.
You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com, our YouTube page youtube.com/Force13, on Facebook under the same name Force 13, and our Twitter handle, it's @Force13 if you wish to get in touch. You can also add Force 13 on Skype and my personal account on Discord, Fool13, at extension 9094.